Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2. Here today, we're going to be starting a brand new campaign Let's Play on the channel. We're going to be playing on the Rise of the Republic DLC as Syracuse. Now guys, if this video can hit 500 likes within 24 hours, I will do a double upload here today and release the second video instantly. If not, you just have to wait a little bit longer for that next upload. I've got to say a huge thank you to the Creative Assembly for providing me with a early access code for the Rise of the Republic, so a huge thank you to them and their community manager for hooking me up with that code. I'll put in the description below the Steam page if you guys would like to check out further information of Rise of the Republic. So we're going to be playing as Syracuse here today. I will talk about the campaign. Now throughout this Let's Play, I will talk about the history of Dionysus, the tyrant faction leader for Syracuse, and we'll talk about some of the Sicilian tyrants because there's some really interesting history, stories and legends about this time period. So I'll just quickly sort of do an overview of the DLC and what it's trying to offer at the moment. So, Rise of the Republic is a prequel campaign to Rome 2. It is set in the 4th century BC. There are 9 playable factions with unique units, tech trees and buildings. Well, techs, not tech trees. Okay, so first up we have the Greek city-states. This is who we're going to be playing with in today's Let's Play. Taurus is another faction. I was umming and ahhing whether or not to play as them, as Taurus were a Greek city-state originally founded by Spartans, which is quite interesting. Moving on to the Gaelic Tribes, one of the most notable factions here, we have Brennus with the Senones, Brennus, sorry, with the Senones. Moving over to the Italian civilizations, we have Rome. I can definitely see myself maybe doing a Roman campaign or a Senones campaign over on my Twitch channel, as I have early access now to Rise of the Republic. Maybe that's something you would like to see. Go and follow me on Twitch and let me know in the comments. So here are the Roman factions. Moving on to the Italic tribes, we have the Samnites, of course, one of Rome's fierce rivals, along with the Etruscans, and then we have the Sardinian tribes as well, some of the Sardinian natives. So we're going to be playing as the Greek states. We do have a expedition to colonize distant lands as one of our government bonuses, and we've also got mercenary connections. These guys and mercs are going to be the bread and butter of this series. Now I'm quickly just going to back out here and go into custom battles. A lot of you guys like to see the units and tools you can use for your campaign. So here we have Syracuse, of course. You're most welcome to pause and have a look at some of the unique units. I guess we could go through unit information, that's what I want, yeah. So on the right of the screen, you're most welcome to pause and have a look at some of the unit stats. Now please do take into consideration that I am using an early access build for Rise of the Republic, so there are things that are subject to change. There might be bugs here and there, so please do take that into consideration, as I'm using an early access build, which won't be around once the full game is released, and things can change here and there. Moving on to the Senones now as well, but throughout this you're most welcome to pause and have a look at this sort of unit stats if you're curious to see what units you're going to play with, if you've got a faction in mind. But that's pretty much it. We'll go through the Samnites once more, then we'll go through the intro movie for Rise of the Republic, and then we'll go through the campaign intro.
Soldiers of Rome, we have traveled far together, down a path not of our choosing. Fate and the cruelty of man compelled each of us to draw our weapons, stand back to back, and defend our lands against the common foe. We did not seek this war, yet it is our homes that burn, our allies massacred, and our leader Rutulus that lies slain, butchered by a desperate enemy as their city fell. It is clear that evil left unchecked will always find Rome. The Samnite dead still litter the field. Yet already, new threats loom and menace our borders. Greeks on our very shores plot to strip us of our lands and livelihoods. Eastern peoples from across the sea construct mighty empires whilst we feud with our neighbors. Barbarians seek to plunder our homes and villages. Our fight is for our way of life, and it has only just begun. With the favor of the gods, we shall forge our destiny together! For Rome!
For Dionysus of Syracuse, power is only a tool with which to gain more power. Having consolidated his grip over the magnificent polis and nearby cities, the tyrant is preparing to unite all Greek communities in Sicily one way or another. Only in this way will Syracuse be able to thwart the threat of the intolerable Carthaginian invaders, who defile Sicilian soil with their presence. Once they are forced out for good, Dionysus can turn his attention towards Magna Graecia, home of yet more Greeks. They will be forced to acknowledge his supremacy.
Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. Thank you for that intro there, Livy. So we're playing as Dionysus, the tyrant of Syracuse. Mission has been issued. Ascent of Dionysus, Sicily, long ago. So welcome to the campaign map. Here is Syracuse and our 4 territories within it. We'll quickly go to the campaign map to look at the strategical overview, to have a look at what we're working with. So Syracuse itself has a whopping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cities on just the island. We've got Carthage here to the west. We have the Italian peninsula and the sort of boot end of Italy, all the way up to the Swiss Alps, and of course Corsica and Sardinia. I don't know if there is invasions or stuff over on the east, because the Peloponnesian War will be sort of around this similar time as well. I will talk about the history of Dionysus and some of the Sicilian tyrants as well, because there's some really interesting history about them. Okay, so let's get stuck right into the campaign. Now guys, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Rome 2 had a very tumultuous launch. However, I still do recommend this game. If you haven't played since launch, I do recommend it. A lot of those problems at the beginning of the launch have been fixed. They were fixed in the Imperator Augustus edition, and it's a good game now. I highly recommend Rome 2. So what I'm looking for now in this Rise of the Republic DLC, and I am using the brand new Ancestral update, is they build upon that good foundation of what was the Imperator Augustus edition, because they fixed a lot of those problems that happened early on with launch, and hopefully we can continue on and build something from it. I want to see some changes in this campaign, which I'm sort of hoping for. Okay, so let's dive right into diplomacy and see what we're working with. So we have Aggregates, I think that's how you say it. Oh my god. These Greek names are going to be the bane of my existence. And then we've got these guys to the north here. We're probably better off pushing east. We need to take as much territory in Sicily as possible. We are currently at war with the Carthaginians. I'm not entirely sure who that is exactly. We've got Crotona to the north as well. Let's sort by happiness. So Aggregas quite likes me. Maybe we can get a non-aggression pact moderate. Look, you know what? I probably want to strike against you. That's what I probably want to be doing. Maybe we can get some sort of non-aggression pact. Oh no! I misclicked then. 800 it cost me for a non-aggressional pact. Look, that's probably not too bad. I misclicked there, just spamming through it. 800 for a non-aggressional pact. That's probably not too bad. Settings, I probably want to go west here, to be quite frank. That probably cost me a unit or a building there, but we got a little bit shafted. A misclick to start things off. We're off to a flying start. Let's build some buildings here. Let's build a muster field to get our military tech up, and let's build an aqueduct. Aqueduct? An aqueduct. Here, an aqueduct. Right, let's push over to Gila. Man, it's first thing in the morning. I've just woken up. I woke up to the code in my my email. But, yeah, so I'm going to get tongue-tied from here and there. So we've got an army here. We'll push down to Gila. We'll move my navy in here as well. Consolidate, and we'll probably try and push against Agragass as quickly as possible. I will talk a little bit about history in a moment, but we need to get sort of these initial turns off and running. So what do these crab people have here? A hero, a small army inside Agragass, and then they've got a garrison here as well. Okay, let's try and get some new units. Let's try and recruit some militia spearmen. Okay, we can't get too many of them. Can we get any more in the south? No. Mercenaries are going to be the bread and butter of this series. As you can see here, we have a massive recruitment pool of them. We've obviously got some naked warriors here, Carthaginian hoplites. We've also got some Umbri defenders, Samnite veterans, elephants here as well. Tech-wise, let's go down into Civic. I think that's probably our best bet. And probably embrace tyranny. We really want to try and get these early bonuses as quickly as possible. Objective-wise, Ascendant of Dionysus. Family tree-wise, as you can see, we actually have the family tree in Rome too. So we have Dionysus. He has a daughter and a son, Dionysus. Dionysus the first, Dionysus the second. Summary political-wise, 53% influence. And then we've got the disciples of Athena. Here is our character, of course. So I imagine our general Hippa. Okay, so he's currently there. We might try and marry him to my daughter. So I haven't actually played Rome 2 since the Ancestral update, so I'm going to have to learn a lot of these things over here. So we've currently got 1,000 left in the bank. Can we get some more food? It's probably our best bet. Looking at my settlements, we've only got oil as our main resource. So we're definitely going to need a storage pit to increase our agricultural wealth and food. Okay, I feel like that's all I can do this turn. I can definitely see myself maybe playing as some of the other factions up towards the North Rome, or maybe even the Senones on my live stream over on my Twitch channel. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. So let's end the turn and continue, and let's quickly talk a little bit of history about, firstly, the Sicilians. So, we've got an edict before we get stuck into that. So what are we going to go with? Probably bread and games if it's here. Yeah. We can get a plus 15 tax rate, but I think food and public order early on is probably not that tax rate's really going to help us out though. I've changed my mind. Let's go with tax. Let's follow down the tyrannical sort of regime. So, Sicily was renowned for tyrants, as they would have been called Tranoi. They were some of the cruelest and barbaric tyrants of the ancient Greece realm. Now, we're going to talk about some of the stories and legends of these tyrants. So, Crotona is at war here now. So, I'll talk about the tyrant Philarius in a moment once I go through some military stuff. So, let's push down here to Gela with Dionysus. And he's had an interesting life as well. Sort of had mixed wars against the Carthaginians and here in Sicily, but he did have a lot of sort of interventions and stuff over in Greece in his later life. So let's get some spear militia down here as well. Let's rally up with this general and chuck everyone in where we can. Consolidate our main army with Dionysus. Push back down here. Maybe we should move you to another border or something. To be fair, this cavalry might be needed somewhere. We can get some native Sicilians. Okay, so we've got a little bit of money in the bank. Nothing really too much else we can do. Navy wise, it might be a good idea to push through there. Let's push further now into Agragass land. Okay. Do the Carthaginians want a peace treaty? Out of curiosity. We could completely bypass their lands and go straight for Carthage. No, they're definitely in a different balance of power to me. Let's try and get trade rights here. They're going to accept. I want to attack these guys. That's my only concern. Carthage, do you want peace? No. Does anyone else want to go into diplomacy? Crotona, they are currently at war. Maybe they want to get some funds in or something. What about these guys here? Moderate. Trade. How about I give you 200? 200. Rejected. Alright, nothing really much else we can do this turn. So let's talk about Philarius. Now, Philarius was a Sicilian tyrant. He once commissioned a bronze oven in the shape of a bull. Get this right. I think this was actually in a movie. What was it? It's the one with Henry Cavill. Sort of the fantasy sort of one. I can't remember it. It's made by the guys that made 300. Anyway, I digress. So, this is the legend and story that was told. He used to put his victims in this bull, alive. Then he would put pipes. There were pipes in the nostrils of the bull. So when you heard these people burning and roasting alive, it sounded like a bellowing bull. So that just sort of shows you some of the cruelty and stories of these guys. Now, you need to take it with a pinch of salt. The ancient Greeks were really great storytellers. But to say that about someone implies that the guy's rather barbaric and that story was passed down. Let's get some light hoplites here as well. Let's get a couple of these. I want to try and get some archers as well. So my food's coming along alright. Is there anything else I can sort of dive into militarily? Slingers is probably not a bad idea. We've nearly got a full stack here. So I'll quickly redirect this. Getting a navy up as well is going to help me out massively. So we can probably push for aggregas. Okay, nothing really much else we can do this turn. My economy's slowly but surely coming up. Diplomacy-wise, nothing really we can dive into. Let's end the turn and continue. So we'll talk about one of the last of the Sicilian dictators, Right, I'm going to try and pronounce his name. Agathocles. I think that's how you say it. Agathocles. My God. I can't pronounce that for the life of me. Oh, Carthaginians have pushed north there. Huh, interesting. Regardless, he supposedly catapult an entire population into a ravine. So these are some of the stories of the dictators. I'll talk about sort of the life of Dionysus a little bit more. So why did we get that trait? -3 in all provinces. Why? -3 in all. That's not a good trait. We don't want that. Can we change that? No, generous pleases the gods and me. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so what are the Carthaginians doing? They have a 13-man stack there. Sword militia, Carthaginian hoplites. I'm just curious to see, are they at war with them? They are. Okay. Maybe sue for peace? Or maybe even give them a turn. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. If I can sort of have a look at what Agrigast is sort of offering, we might be able to siege it. But I need to keep on an eye on that army in the north. I think we'll sit pretty here in Gila. We might push to the border where we can. Let's try and get some more recruitment as well. We don't have any spare money. Maybe getting... I'm just trying to think, should we get another unit of hoplites? Or maybe we should focus on getting a ship, because having this here at Agrigast might help us quite a bit. No, we're better off going with the hoplites, I believe. Nothing really else we can do in my economy. Let's dive back into diplomacy for the time being. Do they want to give me a payment, Agrigast? Sometimes the AI is a little bit inclined to do that. Let's demand a payment. They're not interested. Crotona, they are currently in a war at the moment. And what about these guys? Do they want that non-aggression pact again? They have accepted, which is fan-bloody-tastic. We will betray and conquer everyone. My main objective for this series is to take the entirety of Sicily and really establish myself as the main Greek Hellenistic empire in the Mediterranean. Okay, let's end the turn and continue. So let's talk about our faction leader, Dionysus I. How did he rise to be dictator of Syracuse? War declared. Carthage as well. Oh, okay. So Carthage is making some massive plays here. Can I see? They're still sitting pretty here, which isn't good. So they've taken this settlement. Right. Okay. What am I best to do? I really want that. I really want some of these armies to move out. If I move my navy, we should be able to get in shot here of them. Okay, let's continue once more and try and get some more militia where we can. Let's bring these hoplites into the main army and swap one of the weaker ones out. Let's try and build up as big of a force as we can before we push out. Do these guys want trade rights? They do. Fan-bloody-tastic. Taurus, now we can negotiate it with. Crotona doesn't like me. Taras, they don't want trade or anything. Okay, we'll give it a turn. We might push on Agragass if they push here against the Carthaginians, but we don't want to... Yeah, we really don't want them to wipe them out, the Carthaginians. We want to try and gobble up some of this territory. So let's end the turn and continue. So, how did Dionysus become dictator? Well, supposedly, they want a non-aggression pact, no thing. So, supposedly, he actually faked an attack on himself. Right, so the polis allowed him to have a guard, a personal garrison. He managed to raise that personal guard to 600 men, and then by the time the polis caught on to him, he raised it to 1,000 and overthrew the democratic regime in Syracuse. So Dionysus, he's a bit of a tricky bugger. He had a mixed sort of military track record as well. And he did try and have a lot of sort of interventions in Greece. So refugees. So a band of strong young men from the mainland of Greece wishes to settle near one of your cities. Locals view them with distrust, yet the newcomers seem like ordinary folk. Honest, strong men are always helpful to the community. You got to accept refugees. I'm going to do that. Right, population surplus. I'm more than happy. So where can I sort of extend myself? Probably down in the south, because these are sort of my border provinces, just in case we get attacked. That's all that I'm sort of worried about. Oh, slums. If you don't have the money in Rome 2, slums get built. Damn it, I forgot about that. Okay, so it doesn't look like this army's moved out, and it doesn't look like the Carthaginians seem to be encroaching furthermore upon their territory. We'll push down to the west here. Can we dive back into diplomacy? Do they still want to try and give me a little bit of money? That'd be fan-bloody-tastic if they could. Not going to do it. Taurus, would you like to negotiate? I could sail around and try and meet the other factions, but I don't know if that's in my best interest, because then as soon as you fight... The thing is, right, if you discover factions, you then initially get relations with them, which can be good or bad. Sometimes you're actually better off hiding in the known world and just sort of finding factions quite naturally instead of sending ships and stuff up to the coast. Let's continue our recruitment where we can. We're still making a decent money per turn, and we'll kind of wait here. So we've still got that buff coming in with the 15% tax rate. Nothing overly too much I can do here now because my gravitas isn't going up, as I haven't fought any wars just yet. So let's end the turn and continue to see if anything happens. Now, it is rumoured that Dionysus defensive alliance. Now this, yeah. Anyway, Dionysus could have potentially had a secret alliance with Brennus. That's what some historians theorise, that they were, because Dionysus did take most of Sicily and pushed into the southern boot. He was colluding with them against Rome, so that's interesting. Now, a defensive alliance is fascinating. I never thought of uniting these Sicilian tribes, these Greeks, against the invaders. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I was thinking maybe I should take this territory quick, fast, but maybe I should unite and then push against the Carthaginians. Moderate. Maybe we're better off to do that. That's fascinating. Because I'm already at war with the Carthaginians, you know? I'm nearly tempted to accept. Can I get some more money? I can go 800. And then we'll go defensive. High.
Can I not persuade you to trade with us?
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so it looks like we've got an alliance now with Agragass, as they are quite quickly moving into their territory. So research has been complete. I might try and unify. The island. We should be able to confederate. We are Hellenistic at the end of the day. Do they want a defensive or military? Can we upgrade that defensive alliance to military? Can we get access? That's what we desperately need. Yeah, that's cool.
I must accept.
Okay. Well, what can we sort of see here? We'll pull my spy back. So they're actually pushing against Panna there. Let's move in and try and maybe catch the Carthaginians. Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let's unite against them. Okay, we need a navy. That's definitely going to be crucial. If we're going to be kings of this Mediterranean, we're going to need a large army. So let's get a couple of these assault triremes while continuing our military research. We need ships, though. That's what we need. More so of. Okay, so we're slowly but surely building up. I don't want to get those slums in. I can't afford it. What can we build here? Another military building? That's probably not a bad idea, as we do need to go down this sort of Sicilian peltasts. So this does split. So we might not have enough money, but we might do. Yep, let's build another muster field. Man, that's going to cost all that ship wealth into a muster field there. It better be bloody worth it. Okay, do these guys want a defensive alliance now? No, do they want to increase anything? Okay, maybe Agragass, maybe they want a military alliance. No. Okay, Taurus, do you want that non-aggression pact now? Or trade? We've got oil to trade, maybe you want that. Okay, so let's end the turn and continue. Warning, oh, we need some tech stuff. Okay, we need to build up our economy furthermore. So going down this is probably our best bet. Okay, so military-wise, Dionysus had mixed efforts against the Carthaginians. He actually, fun fact, when the Peloponnesian War broke out with the Spartans in the Achaean League, he actually sent mercenaries to help out with the Spartans. He had really close ties with them. Any more military interventions? A Carthaginian army is now pushed. Okay, so let's push up to the front line here with Dionysus. And we'll try and get some more military units here as well. I think we're better off just sort of to keep you here. Or maybe we should move you up and just get those navy units. Yeah, it's probably our best bet. Let's get those two and we'll push up and help. If we could maybe surround the Carthaginians, we might be able to kick them out of the island. Oh! Oh, it wasn't even Agragass, it was the other guys. We've really united against Carthage. Wow, okay. So they're at war with a lot of Okay, I need a double time. I need to get over to here. Who even is this? Carthaginian. Doesn't say. Okay, not really too much else we can do in this turn. Pushing up to maybe help with the Carthaginians. I would have thought I would be battling all these guys incredibly early on, but it doesn't look like. Is that that's not a settlement there, that island off the coast. No, it's not. There's 3 settlements in Carthage. Okay, so we're going to need a rather large navy if we are to progress off the Sicilian mainland. Okay, so Dionysus is an ambitious fellow, right? So this is one of the stories. So even having good Shit. This faction has declared war on me. Why? Why has Crotona done that? Fools, Agragass is going to join me. Looks like these external forces are really going to be hampering me. Okay. Musterfield has now been complete. Let's swing my spy down. Carthaginians have retaken the settlement. So these guys should... What? You'd think they'd be incredibly weak. We'll push up here now to the mountain pass. There's a good iron reserve there. I need more units. Maybe we're better off getting another army. Oh, looks like we've got some navy interventions, so maybe we're better off just to get a stronger navy. Carthage has brought 4 units in. If we can increase ours to another 1, we're probably okay. Crotona, why? Why have you gone and done that? Maybe because I have a relationship with them? Maybe military access? Is that something on the cards? Maybe I should demand some money. They're rejected anyway. Taurus still doesn't seem to be interested. Now, like I said, Dionysus is a rather ambitious fellow. Regardless of having really good relations with the Spartans, he did actually send forces to the Illyrians, who hatched a plan to raid and sack the Temple of Delphi. the Spartans and the Macedonians managed to unite against him, and throughout this raid, with not really too much consequences as he's all the way over in Sicily, but he sent troops and armour to the Illyrians to help plunder and raid the Temple of Delphi. So that just sort of shows you the will of this man. Okay, so we can't take the settlement here. That army's now pushed back. I can't bring anyone else further up. Let's push now Dionysus over the border because I want to try and take this settlement. Pushing myself does put me at risk a little bit, but I reckon we're relatively okay. Doesn't look like that ship is now raiding me. Does Crotona want to sue for peace?
I will listen.
Hi, they do. So that must have been an AI thing. That was really weird. So, what? They're going to pay me war compensation for nothing.
You offer gold for our favor.
That's really odd. Okay. I could have maybe, like, drawn out a trade right. Maybe we were better off doing something like that. Alright, let's continue to increase our navy because it's really quite crucial. Let's hopefully have a battle against the Carthaginians to start things off. Can I further increase my relations with these Sicilians? Oh, okay. And maybe another defensive. Okay. I thought I would be attacking these guys, but my Hellenistic comrades are right beside me. It just kind of sucks that Carthage wouldn't sue for peace early on. They're still not interested. They bloody hate me. Let's end the turn and continue. Now, even up to Dionysus' death, the events of his life were interesting. What? What's happened here? Wait, what? Oh, okay. It turned red and it scared the crap out of me. Okay. I'm just trying to think maybe I should sit pretty and try and wait for that to be taken, because pushing into here is probably going to be a bit more of a pain than what it's worth. Currently losing minus 20 gold. Can I poison or something? Sabotage supplies. That could be something on the cards. Are we better off now to move my navy up? How many turns would it take to get there? Yeah, not as much as what it's worth. You're better off defending this home territory as we are, well, quite light here now. Should I go for this or should I sit back? We'll sit on the bridge here and we'll make my decision. We shall get better quality hoplites here. I think we'll just sort of sit pretty, because we want this army to come out. There's no way that that's going to go for this, so we might as well wait. Maybe they can go back and try and reclaim their settlement, or maybe they can come out, we can fight them on the field of battle. A siege will be costly, which I don't want to risk. Got some ancient ruins there, that's quite cool. Not really much else I can do here now, diplomacy-wise. Let's end the turn and continue. Yep, so Dionysus' death is controversial. He actually won a prize. He actually died in Athens. He won a prize for his poem, which is interesting. So in this festival in Athens, he got up and won a prize for his poem. Now, it's quite mysterious how Dionysus actually died. There are a couple of theories. One is that he drank himself to death in this festival. Another is that he was poisoned by political rivals who didn't... Yep, they've retaken it. Perfect, that's what I wanted. Political rivals who were sick and tired of his tyrannical rule and regime in Syracuse. Maybe it was his son, Dionysus II, wanting to ascend to the throne. Or maybe he died of natural causes. That's sort of the historical couple of options, so take your pick. But I like to think that Dionysus was poisoned by maybe his son. So at the moment, they're currently suffering from attrition. Why? 5 units, 16 there. A ship has now retaken it. I'm going to push in, take Panorama. Let's push with Dionysus now. Excellent, let's occupy. My Imperium has been increased. And I think we'll sit here on the border as well, holding it. I don't think they can push past here now if I hold this point. They could very well be able to. We're currently using 93 per turn now, which isn't overly great. And there's nothing to overly repair. I need this army here, but I can't leave my settlements too vulnerable. We'll dive back into diplomacy to try and continue our good relations. Look, we can always cancel this. I'm not overly too fan of allies, but in this situation, when we're forced to be at war with the Carthaginians, it's beneficial. I'm not going to lie. So, we'll continue up with the niceties. We'll put a big old smile on our face. But we might have to assassinate them at the end of the day. So, Carthaginians, it's your move. So, they've actually hit me here now, which is good. We've baited them. So, we could fight this one. We have 4 units of militia spearmen. And we've got some reinforcements. We're holding a bridge. So, we're coming up against Medur, Carthaginian hoplites. Okay, so we pull back. We've got plenty of movement points. Or we fight them here today on the battle. We don't have that many skirmishes. I don't have any skirmishes. There's only one lot. Do we try and drag them further into this territory and we can come up and cut them from behind? I think it's our best bet. Let's retreat. Maybe let the AI fight them. They're not going to chase me down. So we have been attacked here. What? You are... Oh, okay, right. I was looking at those odds. I was like, you are mad. But it's, you are attacking Carthage. It's my garrison can come out and help against their reinforcements. I guess. Maybe protective, close. Yeah, I'll go with protective and see what sort of happens. Oh, we got it. It was my ally helping me out. Well, I don't think he's technically my ally. Let's kill the captives. Okay, so we might have done a pretty good bait and switch here. They've got an alliance now. So the Sicilian Hellenistic tribes have united against a common enemy, which is fantastic. Do they want military access? I'm more than happy to give it to you. If it helps you circumnavigate stuff. And it might draw their armies out of position and we can ambush them. That's what I'm thinking. Right, so this army has taken attrition, maybe due to the weather. We can swing around now with Dionysus, and we can also move my other army up. Excellent stuff. So let's swing around with Dionysus. It's going to be a 3-pronged attack. I'll chuck a quick save because this is going to be the battle in today's episode. We haven't had one. So let's push now here and crush the Carthaginian horde. Look at this! 95%. We have reinforcements here. So we're coming up against Medur. Carthaginian hoplites 3, 1 unit of mercs, 4 units of sword militia, 3 units of citizen militia, 1 native Sicilian tribes, 2 actually, some peltasts and some mercenary African cav. A 3-star general, Dionysus, is going to fight this one on the field of battle here today. I would normally auto-resolve a battle like this, but seedings, this is the first episode. We haven't played a battle. So I sort of hope you've enjoyed me talking about Dionysus and some of the history of the Sicilian tyrants. It was pretty interesting for me sort of reading up about it. I already knew a little bit about the Sicilians from university. I do currently study history at university while doing YouTube full-time practically as well. Maybe we should talk about Dionysus II in the next episode, if that's something you guys would be interested in. But yeah, so maybe like these formulas a little bit different in campaigns, maybe talking a little bit of history, still playing funny buggers and laughing my ass off at stupid shit that happens, me not pronouncing stuff. So I really hope you're enjoying this video. I'm having a blast so far. Okay, so let's start the deployment here now. What I would have liked for this mod, however, not mod, for this DLC, however, though, we haven't got any mods running, would be some custom unit cards. I felt like they should have done that, but at the end of the day, they're hiring an artist to do that. Maybe that's something they wouldn't want to, but maybe some new unit cards would have been nice. Okay, so let's move now. We'll have a look at our army composition as well, but this is the first battle for Rise of the Republic. Okay, let's now move our general up here as well. Let's put my archers on the right flank. We'll have a look at their army composition because we might be better off pulling them somewhere else. Archers are going to be more prevalent on that side, so maybe we're better off pulling somewhere else. Maybe up and over the mountain. Oh, there's a bloody mountain there, so maybe on that other side. Right, regardless, let's have a look at Dionysus, the tyrannical dictator of Syracuse. So here he is, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Looks quite cool. Purple sort of toga and attire. Yeah, looks quite good. So here is you just basically stock standard Syracuse units. Here are the militia hoplites. And here are the... what are they called? These are just the light hoplites here. I knew they were the upgraded version. Pulling down to the skirmishers. Let's have a look at this archer cav as well. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. But it's been a while since I've played Rome 2. Maybe even a year or so. Okay, let's start the battle. We have allied reinforcements coming from the right. And then we have my own reinforcements coming from behind. Which is not good. Not good whatsoever. So what are they going to do? Looks like they're sending some units out to meet them. What I want to do is let the my ally deal with the brunt of it. So maybe we should push up into a better position. Okay, come on then, move out. Try and take some of the high ground here. But I'm not really in any rush to push for it. We want to try and envelop them where we can. Okay, slingers as well. We should have skirmisher supremacy, so that'll be working for us. And my cavalry can push on the flank. Okay, you guys can form up with the allied forces here. So we've got our reinforcements coming. There they are, the Carthaginians. We throw them out of Sicily, then we can take them out in northern Africa. Easier said than done. Archers wise, 1, 2, 3 peltasts. So numerically we probably have skirmisher supremacy. Quality, potentially not. So what is my ally actually bringing here? Does he have sort of unique units? They've got sort of a green tinge to them. The crab people, crabby bastards, mud crabs. So they're moving out. That's right. They're pushing over the hill now. Okay. Let's make a front line at least. But like I said, I have no really ambition. I'm just sort of going to hold here and sit where I can. Okay, let's flank and try and get some shots off. Yeah, hit those sword militia. Should I go with heavy shot? Probably not. These guys have cloth. Okay, move into position, lads. Dionysus as well. Move out. Okay. Double time. Okay, so they seem to be reforming. So they're moving their African... Fuck, I need to get out of here. Go, 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 go. They have peltasts, so they are going to absolutely hammer my archers. Look at this, look at this. 82, they've taken 20% health. I've got to go, I've got to go. Right, so they've reformed now, and they're trying to go for a precision strike by the look of it. Trying to... Right, so what have I got to work with? Just guard mode by the look of it. Oh, okay. There's no sort of unique formations with these other blokes. Oh, they do. They've got like a shield wall thing. Okay, I gotta swing around here. Because I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna massively lose these archers if I'm not careful. So they're swinging forward there with their peasants. Hold, men, hold the line. We'll try and attach one unit to each. Hold, brave men of Syracuse. Hold for the dream of a Hellenistic empire. Okay, so swing around with my reinforcements where I can. These guys just run that way. Just pull them out of the battle. Okay, so let's pause and have a look at what we're working with. So reinforcements are now coming. Pivot and switch. All out. And we'll just try and surround them where we can. Go like that, guys. You here. It's actually worked out quite well, because these guys here, even though they are the better quality troops, they should be able to push quite well. Okay, go like that. Rightio, guys. Move out. Okay, and then we'll swing my guys behind here where I can. We'll move my other general up to do some hammer and anvil strikes. I'm not entirely sure with this DLC if faction leaders can die. Maybe they get mortally wounded. As in Warhammer, I'm not entirely sure about that. If we do lose Dionysus, it still would be a massive problem. Oh, look at that! Come on! Just look at that African unit. Man, it's just hammering my archers. I got way too close. Alright, come on. Let's hammer and anvil now. Let's surround and kill them. My allies are massively coming in now, which is fantastic. Cavalry now. Let's envelop them. They're broken. Push for it. My front line has broken here now, but that's no matter. They were weaker units anyway. I'm surprised they held that long. Okay, so they've swung now into my slingers. We're going to have to deal with that. Move my other general out now. They're being caught by theirs. I want this guy to be... probably just deal with the slingers.
Our general is under attack.
Why is this locking? That's what I want to do. Come on, fall out. That Jav Cav's now moving, which is not what we want. My reinforcements have finally arrived. Okay, let's regroup some of this because it's turning a little bit hairy. Right. Okay, hit from here. It's because my center buckled, which probably wasn't a bad idea for the AI. They really tried to pressurize it. Slingers, maybe just try and take these guys out. Go to skirmish mode. They've come back in. Chasing after cavalry is fruitless. What is that? Why is the arrow darting in? I've never seen that before. Why is it doing that? That's so odd. Okay, what are we sort of working with? Reinforcements coming in here now. Got to keep an eye on my generals. I'm not getting carried away. We've smashed their front line now. We might have lost a unit. Oh, looks like we're hitting those swordsmen coming after us. Slingers are really good in this. Okay, their enemy general's still hanging about. Maybe we can get some hammer and anvil strikes. Okay, we've got my Dionysus here. Alright, let's swing some guys up here. Let's get a good cavalry charge if we can. So fall out, and we'll try and hit these guys from behind. Be careful. So form up. Charge. Charge. Go for it, lads. Hit them. Be relentless. Be unforgiving. And we'll be victorious here today against the Carthaginians. Excellent stuff. Yeah, so I guess that must be a bug for this. There was a bug list, and I can't remember what else was on it. Maybe that was on it as well. The enemy general is now dead. Perfect. Come on, let's finish them off. Yay! Victory is ours. Victory! We have victory! Come on, let's run them down. Excellent stuff. A spear through the head. Perfecto. Another one bites the dust. Straight through the kidney. And the Carthaginians now flee with their tails between their legs. Let's speed things up where we can. Allow my units to run down as many of them as possible. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Where some of these remaining stragglers are now. I want to try and get my chevrons up as best we can. That's what I'm really going for. So I can't seem to see any here in the center. There's a couple here. They've been shattered. No, there was a button on a tiller to see. Oh, regardless, let's quit the battle into there. Close victory, supposedly. Okay. We deployed 3,560. We lost 1,131. Look, as long as we don't use the entirety of any of my units, I'm fine. Rome 2 has automatic replenishment, so as long as we don't lose the entirety of units, it doesn't overly matter too much. Which we might have lost a unit of archers, to be fair, because those, man, look at those peltasts, because they're so lightly armoured, they're so quick as well. Within one volley, one fell swoop, they managed to smash 20%. That's quite crazy. And I also wanted to test out the quality of my hoplites as well, against a quality army. Look at these guys. These guys are battle-hardened peltasts, 2 chevron tier 2, maybe 3. Like, we've got just basically first tier stuff. So they didn't do too bad. But an auto resolve would have been better. But I wanted to play a battle for you guys, so it didn't overly bother me. Those swordsmen didn't do as well as what I would have thought. 130. Peltasts did quite good as well. 69. The Mercs did 287. But the first battle of the series against the Carthaginians. We're off to a flying start. I thought I was going to sort of pick apart the Sicilians with the Carthaginians, but it's been the other way around. Close victory, and we didn't lose the entirety of any of our units, which is fantastic. Okay, so we can kill. Wealth gained, 1,000. Enslave. Release. I'm going to kill. We destroyed most of them now anyway. Perfect. Okay. Should we allow someone else to do the honor? No. Let's allow Dionysus to put the final nail in the coffin and finish off the last of this Carthaginian scum. So we've destroyed about a full stack now. We've also managed to pick up a heroic victory. Okay, push back to the border now. There is 9 units here. There's no way this army could probably deal with that. I was thinking of maybe pushing over. So here are some of the skill trees as well. So we've got Philosopher, Strategist, and Commander. Strategist might be a good idea. I'm going to marry him in my family tree, I think. Hipper. So I don't want him to be too sort of a philosopher. I think we'll just go with Commander. Dionysus surely has gone up in stats as well. He's got a new Force Details. Formidable Spear, plus 5% damage with spear units. Shots and skirmishes. No, we definitely need spears. Spears are going to be our main weapon of choice throughout this series. So we definitely need it. So can we increase to a military alliance now? No. Would you be interested in maybe increasing something as well? No. Can we get some more trade rights and non-aggression pacts with other countries in the Med? No, it doesn't look likely. Well, we'll consolidate where we can. It's going to take 5 turns until we automatically replenish. We might be better off just going straight back to our home. If I go with a forced march, can you make it there? You sure can. Well, let's do that then. Let's hold up in the territory we've taken. Okay, let's swing back around. There's no Carthaginian navy nearby. I do desperately need an army back at home. And I may be tempted to get Leptines. He's going to cost me nothing. Is he a part of my family somehow? Leptines. Politician. He's another rival. But man, look at that. Look how much that shot up. What, 10? 20%? Just due to Dionysus getting into military combat. Let's raise this politician now. Oh, wow. So these are some of the units we have. Cavalry. Camel spear. Elite hoplites. And maybe some archers. Right. I'm just going to go with the basic hoplites, because he's going to be more of a garrison unit more than anything. We're currently hemorrhaging 320 per turn. I wonder what's that due to. We might need to bump up our tax rate, because we need an army here at home. We need to push against this. Right, let's chuck a quick save. And let's end the turn and continue. Okay, welcome to the top of the turn. Research has been complete. Maybe we need to now go with some military stuff, because 10 plus morale, armor. Yeah, we need to definitely improve our men. But in saying that, we need to have money as well. Money and food. No, we'll move to military traditions now. Army, domination, management, life, labor. Let's go with Strategos. And let's go with this. That's probably our best bet. Okay, cool. Dionysus now, to maximize his replenishment, it's probably better to move into a city. They are... Why are they so damaged there? I've got to have a look inside. It's going to cost me, though. Right, let's move back out now. I can't see those Ute troops. Let's go with a forced march. So our replenishment's currently at 7. Okay, then it should increase it quite a bit. Okay. 50% cost of movement. It's probably not a bad idea, just fortifying here for the time being. We'll take our replenishment where we can. I'll try and negotiate now and try and get some more money or alliances, because we've still only got just the one. Because he could betray us at the end of the day. We'll sort by happiness. We'll try and get some money off them. 500? Low. What about our military allies? Because just a little bit of money might help us. They're not interested. Okay, let's give it another turn and continue.
We cannot simply give you money.
Okay, our hidden agent has been exposed. And a trade has gone up -6. All provinces. Fuck. Is it because we've got that edict still in effect? -15. It's really shot up. We're actually going to go bankrupt now. But what? Whoa, okay. Why can we see this much? Why can we see this? I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, we can see these units. Okay, so what's sort of happening here? So Agrabah is now pushing out. The Carthaginians have a small army here. And they've got a massive one coming to intercept. We probably could disband some of my navy if we really wanted to. Maybe it's my general here as well a bit. It's actually quite large, Sicily, to try and navigate through it. Do I think we're in a position now to push against them? Probably not. Yeah, because they're basically at full strength. Oh, hello, seagull. However, this is currently 2 turns away. So are we better off to push to the border? Because they're going to be here in 2 turns, and I don't reckon we could win that. We'll push to the border. Sally out. We might actually... I was going to say we could push over and then encourage them to attack me. But I don't think that's going to be worth it. Okay, nothing really else I can do here. Look, I think I'm sort of good. Right, unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 1 of the Syracuse Let's Play on the Rise of the Republic DLC. Gotta say once again a huge thank you to the Creative Assembly for providing me with an early access code, a free code for this game. So a massive thank you to them and their community outreach manager for providing me with a code. Let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for this series. Would you guys like to see more of this Syracuse campaign? I plan to do a couple of episodes, but basically it sort of depends on more support by you guys. Would you guys like to see some live streams as well? As I have early access, not many people have this mod, so maybe we could play as the Senones, Rome, maybe something like that, and we can I can show sort of what more of this DLC has to offer. So yeah, we're going to continue our conquest in Sicily. We'll probably have this siege in the next episode against the Carthaginians, but we've got to be steadfast and quick on the throttle, as reinforcements are coming daily from North Africa. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you would like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box. These days, to get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click the bell, of course, to join the notifications squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. If you guys would like to get yourself some cheap and reliable games, check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below. Maybe you can pick up a strategy game you haven't picked up just yet. Maybe Hearts of Iron, maybe Crusader Kings 2, maybe a Total War. Check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below for cheap and reliable games. I do recommend going and checking out the prices even. There's some really good prices on there. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Really close cinematic shots here, pushing through the bridge. Oh, look at... That was probably the shot of the video there.